What's up, everybody? Joe White here, and this is going to be my review for Five Nights at Freddy's, the movie. Keep in mind, I never really have played one of the Five Nights at Freddy's games. I've seen footage of them, I've seen Let's Plays of them, and so I kind of know what they're about. For those who are not familiar, the video games are, you take the first person of a night watchman, and you're sitting down at security monitors, and they even show it in the movie, in the first part of the movie, when the main character, played by Josh Hutcherson, sits down at his monitors and he clicks through the different security cameras. Well, in the video game, you click through the security cameras and you slowly see the monsters or the animatronic characters running towards you, and if they sneak into the security office, the loud buzzer sounds and the character booga booga booga, and you die. The object of the game is to make it through 5 nights of that. So this the movie opens with the main character getting fired as a mall cop because he thinks he sees a child being kidnapped. He goes after the person, turns out it's really the kid's dad. He beats the crap out of the kid's dad and goes in front of his career counselor. Where do these exist? In what universe do you really walk into an unemployment office and have a career counselor that keeps track of your jobs? That doesn't happen. I don't get that. I didn't get it. I'm like, okay, whatever. And the career counselor is played by Matthew Lillard. And I won't spoil it for you, but Matthew Lillard, for the 2 scenes that he's in this movie, does a very good job and actually steals the show. Matthew Lillard played in the Scream movies. He played in Hackers. And to me, I most know him as Shaggy from the Scooby-Doo movies. But Matthew Lillard gives him a job at Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, which is kind of like a Chuck E. Cheese type place. And basically, the movie is children possessing animatronic characters. It's not much of a spoiler, because if you know the video games and you've seen the trailers to this movie, it pretty much gives it away. He has a younger sister, and there's a backplot about his younger brother who was abducted, and he takes these sleeping pills and plays nature sounds to get himself back in that environment from when he was a kid, and was told, hey, watch your brother, and he turns around 1 minute and the brother's gone, and it's just... I'll put it to you this way. There was a movie with Nicolas Cage that kind of had the same concept a couple years back. Nicolas Cage, I guess, took that role because he does not speak throughout the entire movie. That movie did what Five Nights at Freddy's does, and they did it for half the price. They didn't get Jim Henson involved. This movie, Five Nights at Freddy's, is only slightly better. The animatronics do appear. You do get a couple jump scares. 3 of which, including the mid-credit scene, come from something that you don't even realize is alive. It has nothing to do with the main plot, unless they're going to do a sequel. I will tell you that there's a mid-credit sequence, and then there is something at the end that a lot of people don't know. I watched this on Peacock, so I don't know if it translates well to the theaters. There's a hidden code at the end of this movie. You gotta listen for it, but it's there. Go back and watch the end credits again. It's there. I'm not going to spoil it for you because I had to go back and listen to it 2 or 3 times to get it myself. Overall, this movie, now if we were still doing things in the pandemic, this movie would have never hit theaters. Let me tell you that. And I don't think it should have hit theaters now. It's not worthy of going and spending money in a movie theater to see. I will say that right off the bat. It is, however, a good movie if you're going to introduce your children to horror. there's one scene in the movie where you go, oh my god, but it's a shadow. You don't really see anything. Other than that, it's just a couple jump scares. And the animatronics really don't do that much in this movie. They're there, and they look cool walking around. But I will say this, and people are going to say this is blasphemy. I will say this. As far as Jim Henson's Jim Henson's Creature Workshop goes, go back to the 1990/91 original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movie, and that makes better use of animatronics and special effects than this movie does. I will say that. The original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movie, they did a better job on that than they did this. And that was 30 years ago. Over 30 years ago. So, and I just like that better. You had, and it was guys in costumes. This, I think, was not so much guys in costumes, except for the twist at the end. You could clearly tell that's a guy in a costume, because he's not moving like he was, like all the other animatronics move. They got that sort of RoboCop, Terminator, 5. I would buy that these were animatronics in a pizza place that came to life. I will say that, but I don't think it was done as good as even the, stuff that Jim Henson has done since. Even like dinosaurs. Go watch the original Dinosaurs TV show from the mid-90s that came on Friday nights on ABC. Those were done better than this. It is a good movie. I kind of hope they do a sequel, but this was not worth going to the theaters to see. And I would tell you that if you have a choice between watching it on Peacock and going to the movie theaters to see it, watch it on Peacock, because it's worthy of that. It's a nice little stay at home, pop some popcorn, get ready for a couple jump scares horror movie. And the jump scares that are in the trailer are in there. That's it. The trailer pretty much gave you all the jump scares. So if you've seen the trailer to this movie, you're spoiled. Overall, for the acting in the movie is good. The little girl does a good job. The cop, when the cop shows up, you're sitting there going, okay, how do you know he's here? How do you know that? How does this one beat cop get to spend her entire shift at Freddy Fazbear's? It's just, it just keeps you questioning, and not in a good way. It has you questioning logic, the script's logic. I will say this. I like the character who played the evil aunt in the movie. I like the character who played the little sister. I'm not necessarily don't like the main character. He comes off as a whiny little you-know-what. And yes, he has a lot of baggage placed on him. And yes, he's kind of forced into this parental role, and it's stressing him out and everything like that. But I think Matthew Hutchinson could have done a lot better with it. Matthew Lillard's the best part to go see this movie. All in all, if I had to give it a star rating, a very weak 3. Very weak 3. It's a good movie. My son calls this his new favorite movie, and I'm just like, nah. Sorry. So far this year, the best movie I've seen of the year is the Super Mario Brothers movie. That's the best movie I've seen all year, and that included Oppenheimer. Oppenheimer could have been cut down quite a bit, but anyway, didn't need to be 3 hours. But overall, Five Nights at Freddy's, a solid 3. Don't go to theaters to watch it, however. Save your money, stay at home, watch it on Peacock, and we'll see you down the road.